come bearing from your immediate past district governor, Joanne Hepperman, because your club is an award-winning club. Woo! And this is fabulous. Yay! Jennifer, and who is the foundation chair? Father Rich. Rich isn't here, so Don will take his place. So somebody else needs to take this photograph. I come bearing your star because you are a star club for 2020, 2021. There's not many, all of us didn't do this during the pandemic. So this is something pretty special. So you girls want to grab it as part of the star. I love it. You're a star.
Ready, and 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Oh no. Who gets the star? You all. We had it. Okay. We have Oh yeah. That's perfect. And Jennifer. Of course not. Division 2, 21 to this doesn't make any sense because you all had more. She gave me the wrong one. And because here this is not for you, and this says Henderson. Okay, so we won't do this. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Good job. If there is one in the back of my car, I'll bring it for you. So I start out my visit with hello, Henderson. It's fabulous to be here with you guys today. I'm so proud of you. You're a club that actually does shine with stars all over the place. And I love it. And I love being here with you today. So we're going to start. I've started all of my meetings with the Rotary International Vision Statement. And I'm not sure if you know what that is. Some people do, some don't. So I'm going to read this to you so I don't mess it up. It goes like this. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change, which is important, across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. And if you really think about those words, it truly defines Rotarians and what we do. It's a fabulous vision statement. Every district governor gets to decide what their priorities are going to be for the year. They all ask me in leadership what mine will be. And the most important thing to me in Rotary is the retention of our Rotarians. We're always going to come and ask you to bring more, right? We're always going to ask you to give to the foundation. We're always going to ask you about public image. There are all these things that we're always going to ask you about. But one thing I feel is missing is a thank you for being here. And here's why. Last year, and some of the year before, we'll say 18 months, you could have said, I'm done. We can't do anything. We're stuck in the mud. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to pay my dues. I need that in my bank account. You could have said a lot of different things. But guess what? You didn't. And you didn't because you're Rotarians. And we need to honor that. Because Rotary is about you, the base, those people who are Rotarians. And I thank you for that. So as your district governor, I have some requirements of you. And number one is you need to have some fun. You need to fellowship. You need to build relationships and networks because that's what we're all about. The stronger we are, the stronger our relationships, the stronger our clubs, and the more we'll accomplish. You know, Rotary is the largest networking organization in the world. And Zoom did bring some stuff to us that is pretty awesome. And that you can Zoom in a speaker from across the globe and have amazing information about all kinds of things that are happening in the world, like Haiti. And I'm glad Haiti was brought up because I owe you another thank you. If any one of you contributed any of the dollars that our global grant for Haiti was established by Joanne Hepperman, then thank you, because guess what? Our mobile units there have been deployed to help those who have been injured and need to get to a hospital. So think about, you didn't even know that you helped in the time of a crisis in a country far away in need. So thank you for that. And I feel that it is important to understand that it is friendship and service that binds us Rotarians together. Now, last year, Joanne Hefferman, she came up with this award called My Rotary Moment. And the leadership team and those on the awards committee went, there's not a Rotarian in the world that's going to sit in front of their iPhone for 3 minutes and tell you about their Rotary moment. They're just not going to do it because Rotarians do this. But boy, were we wrong. Oh my goodness. 12 people from the district submitted a 3-minute, some of them longer, video about their Rotary moment. And it was fabulous. I have never cried so hard in my life. What an inspiration they were. So I told Joanne, since you're smarter than the rest of us, I'm going to keep your award, but I changed it to My Rotary Story because I'm Gail's story. How about that? So I'm not ever going to ask you to do something that I wouldn't. So I'm going to tell you mine. And here's how it goes. How many people have been into DAC-DB before? It's a miracle of a place, isn't it? I mean, there are all kinds of journeys within DAC-DB. And we all know that all of the information within that system is correct, right? Wrong. DAC-DB says I started Rotary in 2007 and I actually started in 2005. Now, hear what I said. I started into Rotary in 2005. Well, shortly after I started into Rotary, my father received a lung cancer diagnosis, a terminal lung cancer diagnosis, for which he was not willing to accept. Went into complete denial, said the doctors had no idea what they were talking about, wasn't possible, he didn't have it, and we're finished. We're not going to talk about it anymore. So we didn't for 5 years. When he said those words to me, I knew my life had to change. And I've been blessed to own my own business. So I went to 4 10-hour work days, and on a Thursday evening, I would travel to Hardinsburg, Kentucky, stay with my father all weekend, and come home on Sunday. Start all over the next week for 5 years. The moments came. And about 2 hours before my father crossed over, he asked to speak with his children. There's 3 of us. I'm the middle child. And in summary, this is what he said to me. He said, Gail, I love you. I'm so proud of you. Please be good and go do good, because I'm going to be watching. Well, I was like, oh my goodness. And I drove back to Louisville thinking, what in the world? So I was prayerful about his words and trying to think, what is this message to me? And I realized I hadn't been to Rotary in 5 years because my Rotary Club meets on Friday mornings at 7:30. And I was in Hardinsburg, and way back then, nobody knew anything about Zoom. It didn't exist, right? So I decided I had to make some decisions. I was either going to go back and engage, or I was going to go back and resign. So I thought, how unfair has this been for 5 years? I've not had any fun. I haven't built any relationships. I have no friendships. I have no networks within Rotary, and it's not their fault, right? So there is one thing I did. Can you guess what that was?
Paid your dues.
You got it. I paid every single one of my dues. So I went back, and the first few weeks I was there, a future district governor, Ed Calmay, who ended up being one of my mentors in this journey, says to me, I need you. I need your help. And I was like, well, what do you need me for? He goes, well, we're resurrecting this program in the district called RILA, and I need you to help me. And I said, I don't even know what RILA is. He went to explain that it's Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, which I believe you all know about. And I said to him, okay, well, I'll get that. So what is it? And what do you want me to do? Well, you need to pack a bag and come on down to Greenville for 3.5 days and stay in a barracks with a bunch of teenagers and teach them leadership. And I went, you said teenagers? He said, yes. I said, look, Ed, I just got rid of 2. I don't need any more. And I certainly don't want those that aren't mine. No, thank you. I don't want to do it. And he pleaded his Rotarian plea. And I finally gave in and said this. After 5 years of nothingness, I can give up 3.5 days. I only have to do it 1 year. If I don't like it, I don't have to come back, right? Well, boy, was I wrong. That one event was my Rotary moment or story. It changed my life, watching the transition of youth within our district, crossing a line that they didn't even know was there because they never had the opportunity to cross it. And these were some of those that, there you go, that actually went to RILA and changed my life. This first event made me think, we have an opportunity here. You know, the youth, no matter what, are the future of our world, but they're also the future of Rotary. So I blew up this program because they were teaching them about cowboys, and the only thing they knew about cowboys were about boots. That's all they knew, were cowboy boots. So we blew it up, and I said, if you want me to teach them about leadership, I'm also going to teach them about service. Because when I start dreaming, I dream big. There is no big dream in the world that you cannot fight for if it's something you want to do. So we infused Rotary. We started teaching them about service and what it meant. And is it the truth? They would walk up the first day and have electronics. I'd say, do you have a phone? Do you have an iPad? Do you have an iPod? I said, well, let's just make it easy. Do you have any electronical device? I said, well, here's the deal. I'm going to teach you the 4-way test. And the first one is it the truth? In the next 20 minutes, I'll have it in a baggie. I promise you. And I did. I used to have boxloads of them. They were all, But once you took them away from them, within just a few hours, they didn't realize they didn't have them anymore. They were having fun and building relationships, building networks within their age group. And they were learning how to serve. The top 2 up here, that's Raina Johnson. Raina Johnson is now a member of the Bowling Green Rotary Club, and she is your district chair for RILA. Sasha Montgomery is now serving in Missouri in the Cape Girardeau Rotary Club. Down on the bottom is Katavan Anthony. He's from Hopkinsville. We call him K. I started my governor journey in Hopkinsville because he invited me to his first salute as a 2nd lieutenant in the U.S. Army. He just graduated from West Point. Wow. He came up to me after the ceremony and hugged me and said, thank you. Thank Rotary. I crossed that line. I didn't know I could. And now I'm going to be leading the U.S. military. The other ones that you see here are either serving or have served as interactors and will be serving as Rotaractors this year, or the top 2 are still interactors over in Trigg County and will be helping develop the Murray State Rotaract Club. You see, if you dream and you dream big, that dream is worth fighting for because it happens. It happens. The dreams come true. And when you dream and you dream big, you suddenly ignite your passion. This is my favorite slide because I think about it all the time. I think about the Rotarians of our district and what their passions are and what they want to do. And I want you to think about that. What is your experience in Rotary? What does it look like? What are you getting out of it or not? And if you're not, see me, because I'll help you. I will help you get something out of Rotary. We're here to serve the world that's in need. And you have a passion for it. And I thank you guys. So I took the word ignite and I made it an acronym. And the first I is about your image. Your image is what inspires your community to come and be a part of you or to thank you for what you do. And oh my gosh, do you all do? I'll get to that in just a moment. My goodness. You have a public image challenge out there for this year. You can win tons of money and you're worthy. You're award winning. So make sure that you're a part of this challenge. Next is giving to the foundation. You guys do that, I think. I mean, you guys were almost, or you were 100% Paul Harris at one time. I know that. And congratulations. That is a huge banner to hold. There's not many that do. We're always going to ask you to give $100 per Rotarian every year. So I am never going to ask you to do something that I wouldn't. I'm going to invest in the Henderson Club by $20. I don't have 100. I'm so sorry. But when I took this journey for 4 years, I started saving $20 every time I could get a chance to set it aside for 55 clubs. Because if I'm going to ask you to invest, I'm going to invest in you. And I'm proud to have invested in the Henderson Club. The next thing is the N. We have new things this year. They're called hashtags. I'm old, just so you know. I didn't even know what a hashtag was. I still am not real sure. I think it's something about following or something. I don't know. But anyway, we have new ones. The Rotary International president gets to name his governor class, and he named us, Shaker Maiden named us, the Change Makers. Well, that makes you, number 2, the champions of change. And boy, did you ever. Oh my goodness, last year, did we ever? You know, change is often hard. It's so unpredictable, but it's necessary. If we don't change, we'll miss opportunities and experiences that we didn't even know were out there. So thank you. Thank you for being flexible and learning. And a little bit about that, just so you know, I'll give you a little story. I have this form. Anybody know Lee Perry? Oh, thank you. I have this form that I have to fill out to get a Zoom meeting scheduled. Well, within it, it asks, are you a beginning user, an intermediate user, or an advanced user? Well, I am proud to tell you, by the beginning of my year, I was able to check intermediate. I'm hoping for advanced by the end of this year. Then I've already told you to dream and dream big, because when you do, you bring your passion. And if you couldn't tell, back in the olden days, I was a cheerleader. So I made up a cheer for our district, and it goes like this. We are District 6710, and we're the best district around, and we are. And for this year, we're going to serve to change lives. Then we get to the second I, which is invite. Shaker Maida's tagline is, each one bring one. If each one of you in this club, which you do, know someone that's a Rotarian, but is not yet a member, if you bring them, you're gonna double the size of your club. You'll almost be bigger than Louisville. Oh my goodness gracious. How about that? And I mean, what an opportunity. But I live in the real world. And I know that each one of you will not bring one this year, but I challenge you to do that. But the other thing I challenge you to think about is this. Don't let an opportunity pass by someone who has a heart and could be a fabulous Rotarian. Because if you don't ASK, you're not going to GET. So I suggest thinking in terms of getting. So ask. Give them the opportunity to have the experience. The most important part about that slide, it says retain all. Because this year, it's about you. It's all about you for me. Then, to get them, after you ASK, tell them about your story. Share it. Because people really want to hear it. Because most people don't even know what Rotary is. And they won't unless you share it. So guess what? There's also a membership challenge out there. So your membership chair needs to know about this, because you can win lots of money and walk the 6710 Academy Awards, the red carpet at our district conference, and receive your award, which would be fabulous. The T is about tenacity, serving with all you have, going and making those community assessments and understanding what Henderson needs, and you fulfill it. And I got to tell you, you guys were tough. I had to do 2 slides for this because I couldn't pick the photographs of all the things you do. First time it's happened in the district, just know, for my presentations anyway. You all are 2 sliders. All of these things are amazing to me. And then we go to the next one, did it move? Which is service above self. And oh my gosh, you all hit every single area. You hit service, you hit fundraising, you hit youth, you hit it all. I mean, you got it rocking in Henderson. So I'm kind of like preaching to the choir here. I'm so sorry. Then we have the E. It's about engaging. It's just like me. After 5 years, I told you I started Rotary. I truly wasn't a Rotarian. I wasn't. I didn't know anything about it. For 5 years, I wasted. I didn't. I was with my father. And maybe I was serving. I never thought about that till just now. But I wasn't as a Rotarian serving. And it was important for me to learn and understand. So engage. Then we have youth. RILA is April 28th through May 1st. Interact. You guys are going to start one. This is fabulous. And guess what? In our district, I had an aggressive goal of 6 new Interact clubs for this year. We have 9, and you guys just made it 10 once you certify. Yay, Henderson. Oh my goodness. We have an Interact Advisory Council. We'll be choosing those at the end of this month, but we'll be offering additional spots on that council in January. So your new club should apply. Then we have the district speech contest that starts in January. I have an aggressive goal of 2 new Rotaract clubs, and guess what? We have them. The University of Louisville agreed to begin a Rotaract club on Tuesday evening of this week, and Western Kentucky University is getting ready to charter theirs. So we now have 2 new ones. Murray State has an active Rotaract club that kind of died during COVID, but we have interactors that are now at Murray State that will revitalize that program. And then I am paying $1,000 to the first club that starts an Early Act club. And Early Act is in elementary school. And it's a fabulous program. I mean, all across the schools, you just continue to feed the children how important leadership and service is in our world today. Shaker Maida, one of his main initiatives for this year is empowering girls. I have to tell you guys, I took a little offense to that when it first came out because I like you and we need you. I think you're great. Then I learned about a global world that needs help. And in India, girls they're devalued. They struggle to become educated. They struggle to have careers and to learn. So I jumped on board and said, let's do this. And we're going to have a district-wide, it's actually a zone. Our zone is the heart of America, 31 districts coming together to do End Human Trafficking Empowering Girls project. We have, if you didn't know, a club in our district called End Human Trafficking District 6710. And they're going to lead this charge. So they'll bring that project to you and you'll know what you need to do. Everyone can participate. Then we have the district conference. It's on May 20, 21, and 22 over in Owensboro. You're just about 30 minutes down the road. So all of you are going to come and I'm so excited. We're going to have some fun. We're also going to celebrate the military. Anybody in here a veteran? Spouse of a veteran, child of a veteran, got any grandchildren that are in the military? There are all kinds of us that are touched by the military. I have a son who is active duty, Sergeant First Class at Fort Benning, Georgia. Get ready to go to Fort Hood to deploy. So thank you for thinking of our service members. And I think they deserve to be celebrated. May 21st is Armed Forces Day. So we're going to have a section of the district conference that will honor them for their service. They serve in a different way than we do, but they serve and allow us to serve in the freedoms that we have here. So I think it's honorable to thank them and honor them. So be there, we're gonna have fun. You'll walk down that red carpet. And I always figured if the Rotary International president could have his taglines, so can I. And here's mine. When our hearts and our minds come together, we serve the world and we make it a better place. And we do that by working together, because together, all things are possible. So let's do this together. Come with me on this journey and let's Rotary. Because in 2021, 2022, we're going to serve to change lives. You have now finished listening to my ramblings. Thank you so much. But there are a couple of things that we have to take care of. As I started this journey, the district leadership told me that I could never get my clubs to do this, and I haven't had one fail me yet, and I know Henderson won't either. We're going to have some fun. So when I count to 3, you all get to do whatever you want to do. So I've had people pick up chairs, stand on tables, do rock and roll, piece it out, have some fun, whatever it is you want to do. Because, Rotarians do this. And I'm going to keep taking your picture until you're not doing that. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 over here. And I get a lot of this or whatever, but we're going to show them that we are capable of having fun together. Okay, so are y'all ready? Here we go. And then I'm going to come over here and do 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. That's good. Okay, you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Come on, guys. Good job. Okay, over here. Are y'all ready? Wait a minute. The thing is. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yay, Henderson. Good job. And before I end today, I ask that you give me a moment. I pray over every club that I come to because you're special. And I want you to honor this moment for me. I know prayer can be controversial in our world today, but I ask that you not make it that. This is meaningful for me and it brings me joy. So if you'll bow with me, please. May each day be filled with peace and joy. May you walk the path that brings blessings for those around you. May you serve with a heart full of gratitude. May you seize the opportunities of your faith and the possibilities that surround you. May we be humble through our gift of service, so to honor those in need. Let our hearts be full and our bodies willing to do what needs to be done. Let us be strengthened by the gift of one another and our ability to serve our world. Please bless the Rotary Club of Henderson, its members, and the community for which they serve. Amen. Thank you, Henderson. You guys are back.
Thank you so much, Gail, for sharing with us and energizing our club. We have a Henderson bag of Henderson goodies here, including some Farmer and Frenchman wine.
Thank you so much. Oh my
Some
gosh,
fun
yes,
stuff.
this is wonderful.
A fun t-shirt from our Tourism Depot
Thank you.
art tagline on the Ohio, but never ends.
This is
So
so
we have that for you. And then this year, the Rotary Club, in honor and appreciation of our speakers, is donating $100 each week to a local organization. And this year, we've chosen the Henderson Volunteer Information Center.
Oh, fun. Thank you so much.
We will end the way we always do also. Oh, no. Dwight, thank you. Mark Chumler's been telling me not to mess up all day. Kept me from messing up.
$159. Don't spend it in one place. 771. 8.
Yep.
7.
Oh,
5.
Oh my gosh, I got it.
If you want to get, I'm going to
Did she win a lot? She just won the big pile.
Oh.
All right.
Nice.
Keep going. All right.
Okay, now you.
Awesome. Oh, I'm sorry. I have so many announcements. We will start having this at our check-in table. So Gail brought this with us and we're going to join clubs in our district. This is initiated out of the Passport Club. And so this is the CART Fund Coins for Alzheimer's Research. If you're like me and avoid keeping coins, so you do not have to lie to your children when they want the little toys that you find all over your house, you can put dollar bills in here. So this will be at our check-in table and we will have that for several
We're in
weeks.
competition with other
Yes.
districts.
We will be competing with other districts. So we know.
District 6740 Eastern Kentucky says they can beat Western Kentucky. And I said,
No, so we know that's not gonna happen. We'll have this here weekly and we'll pass it around a little bit, just have it on some tables here if anybody wants to do that before you leave. Okay, we'll end with the Rotary four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And is it fun? Awesome. Thank you all. Really, I gotta get better.
We can give it
Hey,
a
you came back from.
I did, yeah.